Yeah, Trent and I lived together for many years at Narre Warren and had a great old time playing cricket in the backyard and typical two boys wrestling together, broke a couple of backs off couches and it wasn't until I met my new partner who Trent didn't get along with, which I can understand. It was a bit hard at the time. But no, Trent and I have, I think, a very loving relationship which has been built up over those years. He was only at high school. I can remember he was in year 12 and he just got his licence. And I had that Fairlane I just showed you. And he said, "Dad, can I take the car to school?" He said, "It's the end of the year," just for a bit of joy. And because I trusted him, I said, "Yeah, take it." And he took the car and it came back in one piece, I think. Anyway, years later, one of his mates said, "Remember that day Trent bought your car to school?" He said, "We had 8 kids in it doing donuts around the footy oval and it conked out and we couldn't get it to go." I said, "You bludger, you never told me that." So he got dobbed right in. Yeah, Trent was always went to Berwick High and then he went to, didn't know what to do with himself, so then he went to Berwick TAFE. And one day I was at Amstel, I got a phone call from the principal saying, "Would you like to come to a presentation, Trent's Ducks of the school?" I said, "Wow, that's good." So I went to that and he won a scholarship to go to university for 2 years, I think it was. So he just crossed the road, went to Monash Berwick, which he went for 6 years, interrupted by a couple of trips overseas. And then one day he told me he's applying for a overseas study grant in language. And I said, "Language? What language do you talk?" He said, "I'm learning Spanish." I nearly fell out of the chair. What? Anyway, he got the grant. And he was the only student ever to get us a grant for a language study. So he finished in a university in Spain for 6 months, passed it all, got his degree in Spanish, whatever it was. Then he travelled the world on his own for about 6 or 8 months. Every now and again I get a phone call at 4 in the morning. "Hi Dad, I'm in so-and-so now. What time's it there?" I said, "You wouldn't want to know." But yeah, he had a great time and then he came back and by this stage, the old van, I did it up and he had a credit card bill, he told me, so I said, "Yeah, sell the van, you can have that." So he paid off his card, but the old van, he was happy. And then, of course, he started dating all these girls and so on. And he met a girl from university. Unfortunately, they got married, but unfortunately it never worked out. And now he's got a lovely partner who's smiling at me at the moment. And not only that, he's got a beautiful little granddaughter who I cherish, and another one on the way. And if it wasn't for little Harvey, I don't know where I'd be. So, yeah, so Trent and I have got a lot of memories of overseas trips. We went to New York to get over our divorces, and then we went to Mexico, and we celebrated in the sun at Mexico, and then we came home and had to settle down and pretend we were serious about work for a while. But I'm very, very proud of Trent, of his academic achievements and his jobs, and even now he's struggling to get through things, but his tenacity, his determination, and he's willing to have a go, always surprises me, and I support him and love him very much.